What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. A Lakers player has a strong message for the Los Angeles Lakers and its fans. You know, with this being said here, it really just seems like words at this point. You know, Darvin Ham is saying the same thing, in the previous video that I made. And it's like, all the Lakers are saying the right things, but, saying the right things and actually living up to it is like two different things. And that's my thing, with the Lakers. They have a pretty decent team if you look at them on paper, but it doesn't really work or fit or gel or work out for them on the court as what we saw last year. Now, Kendrick Nunn is the player that I'm speaking of on the Lakers who chimed in on this situation and said what Lakers fans should expect. Now, more so, I took it, if you want to check it out on Sports Illustrated, SI.com, I took it more like he was speaking in regards to what Lakers fans really need to expect of him, because he pretty much, he missed the whole season. And to me, it still coincides with what Darvin Ham was saying, to expect. Now, Kendrick Nunn speaks, and when you read the comments, he speaks about being consistent, being more consistent, day in, day out, night in, night out, go out there and be the best team you could be rather than, what they gave last year. Now, like I said, that's big words, all that. But at the same time, it's just words, because you have to live up to that stature. You have to live up to that. And that's the hardest part, living up to what you say sometimes. People make a lot of accusations, speak a lot of things, or say a lot of things, but it really doesn't come to, fruition or, come to life like that, because it's just words. They don't really mean what they say, or they don't even know what they're saying, whether it's true or not. And to me, that's how I take any words that come from any Lakers player as of right now. Because when I look at their team, on paper, as I said, their team is good on paper. Their team is really good. But like I said, we saw the product on the floor last year. Don't get me wrong. There were injuries, but every team had injuries. I looked at the Los Angeles Clippers last year. They had injuries. Their top two stars, their main two players were out, and they still found a way to almost make the playoffs, and they did make the play-in tournament. Something that the Lakers couldn't do with more talent, more help on their team than what the Clippers had. And the Clippers beat them 4 straight times last year. So this is what I'm saying. All the talk and all that's one thing, but you got to go out there and prove it. Kendrick Nunn, I don't look at him as a game changer for the Lakers. He can definitely help out as far as, knocking down some threes. And he isn't a stranger on defense. He will play defense a little bit, even though he's not a great defender by any means. But, he will try on that end of the floor. So I don't want to discredit him there. I've seen him, definitely be physical with players before on the defensive side or on the other side of the court. Even though it didn't work out a lot of times. But, E for effort, I suppose. But this is my thing here. The Lakers as a team, they really need other pieces. They really need their offseason should not be over with. Their offseason really should just be starting based upon what else they can acquire, what else they can get, what other piece they can add to their puzzle to make them a better team, but more so at least make them a playoff team. You got 3 top 75 players. You got to find a way to figure it out with a decent supporting cast, even though they are older. But with 3 top 75 players, you still got to find a way to make that work and at least make the playoffs. It's really no excuses for that. Bare minimum, you got to at least make the play-in tournament, and they couldn't even do that. So, everybody's saying the right things right now, but consistency, well, Kendrick Nunn's going to have to be consistent enough to play every night based upon what happened last year. He wasn't available. And on top of that, the Lakers going to have to be more consistent on both ends of the floor if they plan on winning a lot more. And I don't know if you're going to get that out of these players that they have so far right now, because like I said, I just see them predominantly pretty much the same team as they were last year, just with a couple of new additions. I don't think the additions they made are going to make them a better team, but I definitely think that, they can assist and help some, but not enough to make them a better team. As I said, they might have, instead of being, 10 or 15 games under 500 last year, maybe they'll be, 5 to 6 games, under 500, this upcoming season possibly. You see what I'm saying? So they don't have any game changers that they, put on their roster or made any drastic changes, in their offseason in regards to, acquiring anybody. So I don't really see the level going up. They're pretty stagnant where they are, not unless they make a splash, trade for like Kyrie or something like that. But it just seems like everything is being held up on the Lakers because they don't really have anything no other team wants. You see what I'm saying? And you could add Russell Westbrook there, but teams want more than Russell Westbrook just because of what they saw last year of his gameplay, which wasn't anywhere close to, what he was like a few years before that, or, maybe even with the Wizards. He played better with the Wizards, if you ask me, but at the same time, when you're playing with a team that doesn't have expectations, the process, the whole everything is completely different. You see what I'm saying? Like it's all different. Nothing is looked at as the same in regards to the magnitude, because you're playing for a team like the Wizards who's not that good and no expectations, and now you're playing for a team like the Lakers with tons of expectation, and it just doesn't really fit well for Russell Westbrook at this point, not unless Darvin Ham could find a way to pull something out of Russell Westbrook no other coach or no other teammate has ever before up until this point in his career, which is get him consistently trying to figure out how to, cause less turnovers and find a way to allow his game to flourish and fit in with what the Lakers are trying to do on the offensive end. You see what I'm saying? And that's going to be tough because Russ can't shoot. And on top of that, like I say, he's only been playing one way all his career. So it's I don't want to blame everything on Russ because I personally don't want to do that. But, this team all around has issues. And the issues only are going to get fixed if everybody chips in and if they, really understand, what it means to win. And what I saw from that team last year, I just didn't see that. So they're thinking to be, if they're going to be much better this year, they're going to have to make some drastic improvements. And really, it's going to have to start on the defensive end of the floor more than the offense, even though the offense can improve as well. You can always improve on both sides of the ball, not just one. But, as for Kendrick Nunn, what he's saying, like I said, it's just a bunch of words until you make it reality. And it's going to be tough for the Lakers to do that with the team they have. But, hey, if they're up for the challenge, fans are definitely up for the viewing. We're definitely looking to see if you can live up to that. So, all these words being said by, coming from people on the Lakers side, let's just see if it actually pans out that way. Let's see if they live up to the consistency and better gameplay and understanding that they're all talking about. And if they find a way to keep Russell Westbrook, then, you got to rock with what you have and, go out there and hopefully he plays a lot better than he played last season as well, which will definitely help, along with Anthony Davis staying healthy. And hopefully LeBron can continue playing at the level he played. Hopefully his age doesn't start to show. So it's a lot of variables there, a lot of ifs, and a lot of wondering, but at the same time, let's just see what happens and see how their season unfolds. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.